Hello. Okay, I tried to change up some microphone settings, so I hope this is better. If it's not, I'll continue rambling about it in future videos. Great. We are going to the Striking Tree Extreme. So I cut out the... I don't watch the cutscenes when I'm running these ones, mostly because typically when people are doing the harder raids, they kind of just want to get going. You can totally watch the cutscenes if you want to, but for this one in particular, the Striking Tree Extreme, I had to go into this like 3 times. The first group didn't really make it through. Somebody left after like 30 minutes, and so we tried to go find another person, but then the group kind of fell apart. And then the second time, it was the majority of this group. We went for about 45 minutes, and then somebody just left, and so we went to Party Finder again to find another person, and then we went back into the fight. So that's this footage, okay? And so the first time I went this one day, that was 30 minutes of prog to learn with some people. But in this run, let's say majority of everybody like started fresh, and it's a roughly like 45 minutes plus whatever footage I'm showing here to prog this fight. Okay, like most of these are sprouts here. So this fight in particular is a bit more difficult than some of the other Realm Reborn fights that we've seen thus far. So it can get people frustrated, and they can kind of just leave all of a sudden. And also, if you're queuing into this through Duty Finder, you might get a mentor that doesn't want to be there, and so they might leave, because this is a kind of difficult fight to process. Okay, let's go. So for the most part, we know most of this party knows what's going on, because we already progged this for like almost a whole instance. We got like 60 minutes, and we were in the other instance for like 45 minutes. Okay, so we've got some way markers out there we're already used to. And, okay, we got a ready check just to make sure everyone is set. Here, this is similar to the normal version of the fight. And so just straight off the bat, this is the boss, right? Rama. He's got a big beard. We've got this center platform, land, okay? And then out here, this outer stuff is the water. And so essentially, if you can just stay on the inside land as much as possible, that would be great. If for some reason you need to run out or away for something, like try to make sure you're not in this water area for too long, because you might miss a cue for a certain attack, and then standing in the water gives you extra damage. Okay, this is a synced run. I don't think it's minimum eye level, and I think we do have the echo, so just to let you know. Okay, the main tank is turning the boss around, facing north. Usual tank stuff, okay. And then here, straight off, we've seen this in the normal version too. We've got Thunderstorm. There are these circular thunder lightning thingies that go on the stage, but then also around certain people. And so if you see this person was running around a little bit, their little circle AoE followed them, and so you can get hit by either standing in one of the stage ones, or if someone runs near you, you can get hit. The thing is, okay, also you don't want to stand inside this AoE, the Thunderspark thing. The thing with this AoE thing is sometimes you do want to get hit by it, which is then the responsibility of the people who have the AoE around them to move towards the people who need it. And I'll explain that once we get there. It is similar to the normal version, but I'll go through it. But after those things explode, we're gonna get the outside water area that gets electrocuted, you know? So that's why you don't want to stand out there. Also, after that mechanic resolves, we've got these orbs here. We've got orbs over here. So typically, oh, there was also this like thing in the front like watch out for the tanklings. Like don't stand with the tank if you can help it. Okay. There are going to be certain tank busters that require usage of these orbs. Okay, so the tank will go gather some orbs. See the tank over here. There's a tank somewhere here. MA. They came over here around and they grabbed some of these orbs at the bottom here. Okay, this one. MA right here. They're grabbing the orb, and when they do, they get this buff called electroconductivity. And if you have a certain amount of stacks of that, if you get 3 stacks of it, then you get this other one. This one, it's called surge protection. Okay, and so this will protect you from certain attacks, such as the tank buster, such as other there's like a raid wide that goes out, and if you have that, it can potentially cancel that out because you're taking the orbs. Like if you have too many orbs hanging out on the stage, then the boss can do this big raid wide, but you don't want people to just grab the orbs like freely, because there are certain people, mainly the tanks, that need the orbs so that they can get the surge protection, so they can be protected from the tank buster. Okay, so essentially tanks will prioritize picking up the orbs so that they can get this protection thing. Now, here we have 2 people targeted for this chaotic strike thing, and when that cast goes off, they get this chaos thing, and they've got this little indicator, and then you can't move, you can't do anything. So I'm here. Usually what I see people do in Party Finder is they will dedicate a specific place for people to go, such as this 1 marker. If you have the chaotic strike, like before you get the chaos thing, once you see the target marker on you, like this is the strategy, right? The mechanic itself is that you get the target marker, you have some time to move, and you need to have other people help you resolve it. Okay? So I am standing here. I can't move. I got the chaos thing. This person standing over here, they got a chaos thing. The the thunderstorm circle thingies are going out. We have some of them just on the stage and some of them on people. And so in order to free the people from the chaos, they need to have 1 hit of this lightning thing. Preferably just 1, because if you have more than 1, then you might die. It might be too much damage. So the situation here is, because I got hit with the lightning thing, because this person came over to help out, I lost my chaos thing. At the same time, my countdown went off, the chaos thing. As soon as I lose the chaos thing, I become seduced. This is the whole situation with the primals, okay? So my countdown went off. Instead of being chaos, I am seduced. But because I got hit with the lightning thing, I got rid of the seduced thing, okay? This person, however... Oh, they also were able to... I think they had one on them. We might see it later. Okay, yeah, one of the stage ones happened to be right there. If you don't have a lightning thing on you, and you stay seduced, then what happens is your character just starts walking towards the boss, and you can't control it, and then you'll get hit with an AoE. Okay, so a strategy here, what people generally do is, if you're like running around and stuff and you see that you have the target on you, a lot of people will say, hey, like everyone with the target just go here, and then we'll have everyone looking out for those that need it, and someone will stand like here or wherever so that you get the lightning thing. Because if you have the chaos thing and you're like all the way over here and others aren't paying attention to like where you are, they might not be able to get you, and you might not have one of the stage ones that's already underneath you. Okay, so typically people will coordinate things like that and say, hey, around this area, this is where we're meeting up if you have the chaos thing. Now, something happened with the tank here. This tank, the off tank, has 2 stacks of the orbs, okay, and now they have the surge protection, okay, but if you take more than 3 of the orbs, then you get this other debuff. We'll watch here. So they accidentally took another one, and so now they have this thing called static condensation, and that will not give them the buff from before, which is to protect them. This one instead, let's see, reduces healing magic effectiveness. Okay, so they don't get healed as well. So you want to control how many orbs you're taking. Okay, so you don't go into the red. Okay, but after that, essentially, honestly, both tanks want to have the blue surge protection thing. But after a while, like, the DPS or healers can go help gather up some of the orbs. Okay, this tank is running around grabbing orbs right now. And then the others are repeat mechanics, okay? Thunderstorm. So that's going out. Make sure you're not in the water so you don't get hit with stuff. And then we got extra orbs. So the main tank has, or the other tank has surge protection now, and so they want to just keep it like that. Don't grab any more extra ones. And then now we have orbs on the side, so I'm gathering some of them so that we don't have as many orbs hanging outside. Chaotic Strike, so we're all going right here just to make it a little bit easier on everyone else. Ideally just getting hit with one instead of multiple. Okay, careful not to go out into the water when it's being electrocuted. Okay, so here I'm picking up a few more orbs just to help out, because I see that the tanks had this, and then okay, so that the other tank lost their static condensation, and so there are plenty of other orbs over there. So see, like, there are a bunch over here, so you know I counted them, you know, there's a fair amount, so I grabbed a few and then I left enough for them to grab some so that they can get their own surge protection thing. Now, when these ads come out, you want to prioritize destroying them efficiently, because if you don't take care of all the ads, then the boss would do the one really big raid wide and then it can kill everyone. So what we did in this configuration is we all started on the south ad, and by choosing this one, like, you can choose any of them, but by choosing this one, it kind of helps with this targeting thing, the Chaotic Strike, because then we can already stand generally right here, because this is the first one we're attacking. We're already standing generally right here, and so then people can help release the people with the Chaotic Strike. Tricky business though, okay? The ads are going to kind of have these lightning tether thingies to each other, and they're going to do lightning thunderbolt, my bad. And so the people with the chaos kind of have to figure out a good place so they don't get in line with this. I'm like directly in line with that. And then other people kind of need to spread out a little so they don't get hit with that and also the circle things. And so the lightning, the thunderbolt goes out first, and then the thunderstorm goes, the circle one. Okay, and I got hit with too many of them. Okay, so I got hit with 1, 2, like 3 of them, so that's why I almost died. So it can get a bit tight here with everyone bunched up trying to help out, but at the same time, like, not being able, like, there's just so much purple and blue light color, right? So let's see how many there are. So I got hit with a little bit of the thunderbolt, but it didn't do that much damage to me, so that's fine. But here, yeah, looks like there's a bit of overlay. I got hit with 3 of them. Fortunately, I'm not seduced anymore, but I got hit with 3, and so that's why you kind of want to be careful with that. Wait, let's see. There might have been just a stage one there. Yeah, I think there was one stage one there. Oh, no, it's all people. So we got 1, oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then... Okay, so where I'm standing right now, I've got 1, 1, 2, and then looks like there's 3 right here. So if that was connected to a person, if they moved forward a little bit, that might have been what hit me. Or it's this person. Maybe they came in and that hit me. Oh yeah, this one, not this one. This, like that. Something like that. Oh yeah, it was this person. This person came in and they were the 3rd one. Okay, see, so it can be a little dangerous there, but I survived. I made it through, so it's okay. Minimum eye level, you'd probably die there. Okay, and so in this particular group, we decided we're going to start south, and then we're going to go clockwise for the ads. Okay. And then the tanks are going to go around collecting the orbs for their tank buster stuff. Now, while this is all happening, the Ramu is going to do like tank busters every now and then. And so that's why the tanks need their condensation, oh sorry, not condensation, their surge protection stuff. Because throughout this phase, they're going to get hit with this, the Shock Strike, I believe is the name of the tank buster. So that's the situation, okay? And then so the tanks need to also like do tank swaps because it hits pretty hard. Also, while the party is rotating to destroy the ads and stuff, the tanks also need to kind of rotate because their tank buster is kind of big and people need to be attacking the ads, and so they need to turn the boss so the boss isn't attacking where the people need to go. And then these thunderbolts that go across where all the ads are, we gotta watch out for that. And then I'm always like at the edge of the water because I'm like, I don't really want to stand in the water. Okay, Thunderspark is the middle AoE. This is the AoE that you would basically die to if you were seduced and you were walking close to the boss. Okay, so you see this move? That big move? That's the tank buster over there. Okay, so now we're attacking the ads and stuff. I'm watching out for the thunderbolts going out. Watch out for the thunderstorm circle things. Yeah, it takes some coordination. It takes lots of movement. See how the tanks are over here now? They're rotating with us. It takes a while to figure out the timing of stuff. Okay, we have 2 people to target thing. We are trying to run to like the one spot, but I was like, I don't know if we're gonna make it over there. But I'm also trying to just stay closer to that person because like I wanted to make sure if anybody was gonna hit us with a thing, they were gonna be able to manage it. So I again got hit with 2 of the thunderstorm circle things. So there was one, there's this one here on the ground already. And someone wanted to help, and so they're over here trying to help. But because I got this little spot right here, I ended up getting hit with both. But it's fine, you know, I didn't die, but that was close. The other person only got hit with 1, so they're good. Okay, but then remember, after the thunderstorm circle ones go off, the outside water thing goes off, so try not to stand out there while that's happening. And then these ads are doing their thing. Oh, increased sentence. That's something that they're doing consistently, and they send these sparkles to the boss. And the more of this sparkle stuff, the increased sentence they send to the boss, the bigger the raid wide will be. So this is basically our DPS check. So that's why you want to take down the odds quickly. Okay. Thunderbolt is the line stuff, and then the boss is doing Thunder Spark, which is the AoE on the bottom. And then the ad is doing increased sentence, so it's going to send some sparkles to the boss to boost him up. I'm gonna take down the boss. Okay, that was the tank buster. Okay. Okay, we got the circle AoEs. Spread out for that. Oh, it looks like someone got hit with a few. Yeah, see how we're all trying to just stay on the regular land? ER? Where's ER? Oh, they're over here. Oh, they're kind of up there near the tanks, so... Oh no, the tanks are over here. Oh, they might have just gotten overlap with a bunch of things. Oh, is there like two here? Oh, I think they got hit with one of the electricity things from this ad. Yeah, just a little bit. And then they probably got hit with two of the things on the bottom. Like, there might have been a stage one, and then they also had one on themselves. So, yeah. It's hard to see. But also, remember, don't stand outside in the water if you can help it. Okay, so Judgment Bolt is going to be the really big raid-wide attack. And if you still have ads up, this likely will like kill you. But let's see if we made it. If we destroyed the ads fast enough. Okay, we're good. We're good. We made it. Great. So here we have the tank that just grabbed an orb. Now we're moving on to this next phase. Okay, that, remember, is the tank buster, so everyone should like kind of stay away from the tank. Okay. Rolling Thunder. Oh, okay, so Rolling Thunder. We got this tether situation. Okay, this thing. So it's this stuff. And essentially what happens is if you attack the boss, you will do damage to yourself. And because you're tethered, then I believe that also does damage to the other person. And so when you are tethered to somebody, you don't want to do any attacks. The way that you get rid of this tether is by gathering orbs. Like one person needs to gather 3 orbs so that you get the surge protection thing. And so there is a bit of coordination required here. Okay, GF straight up died. Let's see, did they get hit with... They're not moving at all. Okay. Well, oh, they're seduced. Oh, okay. That's why. Okay, so, well, here we go. If you can't move and get out of that AoE straight up just kills you, okay? And then, if the person who is tethered dies, the tether goes to somebody else. And so, this person knew what they were doing, and they were gonna go try gathering orbs so that they could remove the tether, okay? See, as soon as this person gathered enough orbs, 3 orbs, they ended up getting surge protection, and then the tether disappeared. Okay, so that's how you handle that mechanic. The thing is, you also want to make sure that the tanks have enough orbs for their tank busters, and so this is something that needs to be discussed with the party to make sure everyone's coordinated. So, let's take a look again. So this is like the final phase, okay? this tank happened. They ate too many orbs. Rolling Thunder goes out, so 2 people get targeted with these debuffs. Causality Thunderclap. Okay, this is the tether though. And then at the same time, well, almost at the same time, right immediately afterwards, we get the mechanics we've seen already, the Chaotic Strike. Here. And, you know, we're gonna try to go close back here. And then I happen to be standing where one of the stage ones is, but the other person was standing a little forward, and so I think it was hard to know which one they were. But then this person tried to help, but they moved out of the way a little, so they missed. And so this person, GF, ended up staying seduced. Okay. And because they're seduced, you can see, like, can you see the little hearts coming out of the character? So they're like in love with Ramu right now, which is why they're just basically at his feet, and so they can't move, and that's why they get caught up in this. If you were seduced like back here, then you would walk forward to this spot, and then you would just stand there doing your seduction, like your hands are up or something and there's hearts going out. A trick that I've seen other healers do, and I've done this a few times too in the fight, is like I will stand back here and rescue anyone who's seduced, so then like they'll end up walking forward again, but then by the time this explodes, they'll still be like back here. So that's something you can do to try to help out if you can be quick enough about noticing someone's still seduced. Healer stuff. Okay, so that's that. That's why that person ended up dying. And the other tank, let's see, the tank has grabbed enough orbs. This tank grabbed way too many orbs because they've got 2 stacks of the red stuff. And so now the rest of the orbs are going to be for the tethered people. Okay, HP's got 1, 2, they grab 3, and then the tether's gone away. And then we got Thunderstorm, so the circle AoEs. It's a lot happening. Okay, also again, watch out for don't stand in the water outside. We've got plenty of orbs out, but don't pick them up yet. We've got Rolling Thunder again, so we're gonna get people who are tethered again. Oh, I gathered one. So I'm standing here. Okay. We just need 1 hit of the thing. Okay, unfortunately people were like not sure who was gonna be the 1 hit person, and so neither of us ended up getting our thing removed. So see how people were running around a lot like that. I didn't die by getting hit with 2 or 3 of them, and so I think it's like okay if they overlap a little bit, but I'll definitely die if I'm seduced like this and I go stand here and then the AoE goes off. Okay, like this, and then the other person happened to be one of the healers, and so that's a bit detrimental. And then we've got people running around here trying to figure out how to grab orbs and stuff. Okay, so there's a bit here, but we were learning, so it's okay. I want to see, yeah, I think one person, okay, where was ER? ER is right here. So it looks like they got, okay, looks like ER ran into the tank buster, so that's why they died. Yeah, they got hit with one of the lightning things here. And then I think they might have been trying to like get out of the way or grab an orb, but then the tank thing went off, the tank buster went off, and so they probably died. And then the tether switched to somebody else. LR is here. And you don't want to stand in that middle AoE. I'm not sure where this healer is running, but okay. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Okay, so we know one person went in there, and then this person, how did this person die? GF. They just came back to life. They just came back to life, and then they got hit with their own circle AoE, and then they were standing in the water, and so then they got hit with even more damage. Okay, so that's that person. LR, what's going on with LR? I think they had their own lightning bubble. Yeah, they had their own lightning circle. Okay. So they took a little bit of damage, and then by the time they got tethered, we got out of that. What happens? They're slowly losing health, it seems like. And it might be because they're attacking or doing things. I'll have to hover over and read those things. Yeah, LR was trying not to move, but I think whoever they were tethered to was doing a lot of stuff. Okay, so the person they're tethered to right now is this person. And they're running around a lot. I don't know if they're doing attacks or not, but... Oh, yeah, okay. At this point, LR... they were slowly losing health, even after the other person died. So... must be one of these things. Okay. Causality and Thunderclap. These debuffs. It deals damage upon using actions and stacking damage over time. So this one is probably the stacking damage one. And then... okay. Thunderclap is the one with the 3 dots. Okay. So that does damage over time. This one. This one. This one. And then Causality is the one where if you do any action, like you use your spells or you do attacks and stuff, then you will do damage. You will get damaged in return. Okay. So, that's what happens there. And that's the one where you need to collect 3 orbs so you can get rid of the tether. Okay. Yeah. And again, this is a lot of information, right? And so we had already done like 45 minutes of prog in this, like talking about things, and we're explaining things in the chat and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, well, we do have the echo here, so it'll be a little bit easier. I think at some point, yeah, I added these markers on people because I realized we didn't have them anymore. And by adding these markers on them, so like I would click on them and you can, there's a setting to mark somebody. And you can add the little markers on them. I talked about this in my rating foundations video. And by having these extra markers over people's heads, it helps to know like where they are, specifically the tanks. And I think I specifically did that because I was like, okay, I did notice when I was running this that people were getting caught in the tank busters. And so by knowing where the tanks are, you know, to avoid that area. Like, and I specifically chose the red cross one because I was like, don't stand near the tanks. And it's important not to stand near the tanks in this particular fight because of those tank busters. There's like a wide radius that the boss will attack on the tanks. So these markers are useful for that stuff, okay? I think there's a bit of deliberating, and then we do a... yeah, we did a ready check. Yeah, we did a ready check, and then we're gonna go again. This is a lot. So as you get further into the raid, into your rating stuff, just know that the prog time might take a lot longer, especially if you're going with super fresh people who are learning for the first time. Okay? Thunderstorm. The circle AoEs on people. Don't stand in the water outside if you can help it. Inside AoE, don't stand in that. I stay away from that. The tanks are grabbing their orbs. Okay. Chaotic Strike. Try to move to a particular like chosen spot so people know who's chaos. Okay, one person seduced over here. So you can try to save them by rescuing them further out if you're a healer. But, you know, you can't expect the healer to do that. Oh, they did do that. Okay, perfect. There we go. Actually, did I run it the other time as a healer? Let me see. Oh, no, no. I feel like I might have. And then maybe somebody picked it up from me. That trick. Oh, yeah. Look at this one. Yeah, I went in this one as a healer. I've been known to heal things every now and then, you know? Yeah, so I think that's probably... By joining raids with jobs you usually don't play, it's also a really good way to understand what the other people have to do, so you have a better appreciation of what they do, and then also can articulate, like, some of the mechanics a little bit better. Like, oh, during this part we do this and this. And healers, if you can keep an eye on, like, the raid wides here, and I would know that because I had to really heal a lot when I was running as healer. Or running this as tank, I'm like, oh man, those tank busters are huge. Like, gotta make sure everybody just stays away. Okay? And so, that reminded me, yeah. I remember this now. Because this person, I think, we talked about it. And they probably saw me doing that. Because I think the first time I ran it, yeah, okay, this is the raid stories part. The first time I ran it, I saw a healer do that. And I was like, man, that's cool. That's nice strats. And then the second time I ran it with this group, the second time I ran it in general recently, it was this group, it was their first time. And I was doing that a lot, I was trying to save people. And then when somebody left and we were going to go back into Party Finder, I decided to go as Machinist because, well, I wanted to record this stuff and I also didn't want to like target everybody to heal them because then I'd have to cover their names because I care about privacy. Which is why sometimes you can hear me like write my pen thing because I'm writing down the timestamp of when people's names show up. Side note, if you see people's names show up, please let me know so I can go hide it. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, okay. I'm remembering now. Yeah, so you can do that, okay? If you see somebody is seduced and they're standing at the feet and there's the AoE and they can't move, then you can run back and rescue them so then they don't die. See? There we go. Perfect. Okay. And they end up running back and stuff, but the AoE is already gone off, so it's okay. And then we have the lightning thingy, okay. So that was just a regular spreading situation, but remember, don't stand outside if you can help it. Okay, tanks have their surge protection, and so other people can start grabbing some of the orbs now to help out. Again, if there's too many orbs hanging outside, then we get this extra like raid-wide AoE thingy that goes out. Okay, but then here's the shock strike thing, so I think I'm gonna get hit with 2. Oh, cool, I just got hit with 1, that's good. Okay. Okay, well, looks like one person took too many orbs. Okay, watch out for the AoE in the middle. See, I am slowly going out to grab an orb because I was like, okay, one tank already took way too many and I don't want to, like, you know. I was slowly sneaking my way up there because I didn't want to get hit with any of the tank busters, but I also didn't want to get hit with water outside. So I was slowly kind of, like, grabbing this. Okay. Again, we haven't seen it necessarily, but in the other one, in the other video footages that I've gotten during the prog, we definitely had that. So It's preventing or canceling rolling thunder, the orbs in the ground. Hang on, I'm reading this thing. Yeah, okay. I don't remember exactly where, but it's just like I don't have source, like, what do they call it, references exactly. It's just through memory of playing. But if you have way too many orbs out, that's what I remember. If there are too many orbs out, then we end up having to deal with more raid wides and stuff. Something like that. Okay, so but here, the ads are out, and so we're gonna start with one of them and rotate, or we're gonna take care of the shock strike thingy. Look at how many people are piled up. Okay, so you gotta be careful. Don't get hit with the ads line AoEs, and then the circle AoEs, try not to overlap them, but it's super hard to see, so it's understandable. Okay, so a lot of people there almost died, but they were okay. Also, the healers were really good about healing everyone up real quick. Okay, and then while, like right after that, all the ads are doing the increased sentence thingy. So they're giving the sparkles to the boss. Okay, so we want to take down the ads fast. Watch out for the line AoEs. It looked like I ran through that, but you can just watch for the snapshot. Depending on what your ping is, like your connection to the game servers, this might be too much information, but you'll hear this if you hang out in raiding like communities for a while. There's such a thing as ping, which means your connection to the server is slower or faster, and the snapshot is like wherever your character is, like whatever the data is at that moment can be different than somebody else's depending on your ping. And so like if you have low ping, that means your connection to the server is like super fast, then you can get away with like standing kind of close to things, but the animation looks like you're in it. But because I wasn't standing right there when the ping had the snapshot happened, like the end of the cast, for example, like I ran through it and I ran out real quick, then I don't get hit with it, even though it might look like it. And this is also why sometimes you might be like standing outside of something, but then you're all the way out here, but maybe you ran through like this, but the snapshot was right here. The end of the cast was like right here when you were running through it. It did the snapshot, and then you on your screen you're out here, but then you end up dying because it snapshot your data packet right here. It's a whole thing. I'm sure someone's made a whole video about ping and snapshotting and things like that. It's a big deal in the raiding community, mainly because like these mechanics happen so fast and you do have to make split-second decisions on things, and if your connectivity to the game is different than other people's, then sometimes their strategies for handling certain mechanics might not work out for you because your ping is a little different than theirs and all these things. Okay. But yeah, anyway, we're attacking the ads. And the ads are giving power to the boss. We got some orbs out. I noticed both the tanks had way too many things, and so I picked up some of the stuff so we wouldn't get AoEs out here. Okay. And then the main tank over there is doing that stuff. So we're staying away from the main tank, or else we're gonna get hit with the tank busters over there. Okay, watch out for the middle AoE. Chaotic strike. So I try to just stay near the other person. So yeah, so just one person needs to cover both of us. Sometimes you can't run all the way back to your designated spot, and that's fine. As long as the party is also aware of where everyone is, like, it's okay. I kind of assigned myself to be the person to pick up extra orbs because I was able to kind of watch out for the tank's buffs and debuffs because I was familiar enough with the fight and I knew everyone else was kind of like learning this stuff. And so if that's helpful for your group, then you can designate one person to help the tanks with the orbs. Otherwise, it can be a bit chaotic if other people are grabbing the orbs too much and then the tanks don't have any orbs, and it's a whole thing. This is where communication comes into play. Oh, I almost died. We're okay though. We're okay. Okay. Next phase. So this is the one where still staying away from the front, okay? And we're gonna get the tether stuff, the rolling thunder. Okay, so we got tether here. And then we've got the chaotic strike. So these people need to like move closer to get the thunderstorm circle AoE for them. I am grabbing orbs because I don't want the tether. This tank is also running around trying to grab orbs. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. So whatever orbs pop up over there, they can take it. I noticed that we have the thunder thingy, and so I just hang out back here. I forgot about the water though. See, I was in the water. I was just focusing on the orb, and so don't do what I did, okay? You gotta wait on the land before you go grab your stuff. So, since I died, the tether switched to somebody else, and then so now this person is going around gathering the orbs. The thing is, when you have just like a few of the things, see, it's only like 9 seconds if you're at 2 stacks. Once you get to 3 stacks of it, then it's almost a whole minute. And so that's why this tank, they had 2, but because I grabbed that one other one from them, they ended up losing theirs, and so they had to start over with the orbs. So again, there's some strategy involved. Either you can let the tanks grab them first, or you can let the tethered people grab them first. Like, as soon as we got into this phase, for example, okay, I saw that this tank already had their surge protection, and I saw that this tank had too many, and so this can be resolved by making sure, you know, one tank doesn't take too many of them, so then there's enough for everyone later. But in the moment, it's kind of hard to keep track of. So I was running to grab this stuff because I had the tether on me, but then I did notice, you know, this tank running around, and they do need the orb, but there is also the other tank. You know what I'm saying? Like, both, it would be beneficial for both tanks to have the surge protection. But if one tank can survive the tank busters, use their invuln for this and that and all these things, then it's okay to be a bit more flexible with the orb situation. But if you're having a difficult time with the orb situation, then you can assign priorities to it. You see, again, this tank, they have a 2. That means their red debuff has now reset to another minute because they grabbed another extra orb. And so that means they're not going to get as much healing. And also, it took away an orb from others that could use it for the tether mechanic, or for when the other tank needs a swap in and stuff. So again, this just requires communicating with each other. If you're struggling with it, just like, you can have the tanks call out, tanks are done with the orbs, like DPS and go grab orbs, or healers grab orbs, or whatever. whatever works for your party. I think this one can be frustrating though, this fight in particular, because it requires so much coordination for everybody. And so if you see people just leave the party, it's understandable. It's kind of normal. At this point, there are these like little things flying around on the outside. These ones. And they will do, you can't actually attack them, but they'll do random attacks and stuff during this phase. See, like that. Okay. So I kind of keep an eye on them to make sure I'm not like in line with whatever they're doing. Okay, see there's a big pile of orbs over here. Both tanks have their surge protection. And I was eyeballing it. I was gonna go grab some, but then I was like, oh. Rolling thunder. Oh. And then I happened to be the one with a thingy, so... I learned my lesson though. I got the chaotic strike, so I wasn't gonna go stand out here in the water. Okay, because last time I got killed in the water. So I hang tight right here, even though I already had 2 thingies. If I had grabbed that one real quick, it would have been okay. But then I probably would have gotten hit with this thingy, and then I probably would have gotten hit with, well, it depends. Like, see, I had one. I was eyeballing this thingy. I didn't know exactly if I was gonna get the tether, so I didn't grab it just yet. But then I did see the tether. This all happened very quickly, okay? So I grabbed the thingy, and then I happened to notice I'm also targeted for the thing, but then I was like, oh, but the orb is right there, or should I go over here? And then so I hesitated, and that's why I ended up right here, and nobody was able to like notice me to bring the thing over to me. Okay, so we got that situation. We had too many people back there, and now I'm seduced, so I'm walking towards the thing, and then whoever's my tether partner looks like they're not grabbing orbs, so I'm probably gonna die to this. Yeah, so I died to the AoE. It's fine. But we're at the end of the fight, so I think someone did LB, and then everything else is just regular stuff. Well, I got thrown off there. I didn't realize the ending there happened like that. Yeah, so I died. Other people picked up the orb, got the tether, and then there was still like tank stuff happening up there. Somebody did the LB, and then we got the lightning thingies, and then the outside stuff goes out on the water. But that was enough to take care of the boss. So yeah, we did it. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. There have been a few times where I'll be running like this synced content of the older stuff, and we'll get clears where like half the party's dead, and it's just it's rewarding in some ways, but it's also like, whoa, that was like, what do people say? So clean. Or other times we'll get down to like 1% or something, and then we'll wipe because it's just one person left and they die, and then it's like, okay, we definitely got it this time, and then we'll make it the next clear. Or sometimes it's so frustrating that it's like, oh, it's at 1%, but then like the instance is over, and so then it's just like, okay, well, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. And so it's a whole thing. Okay, if you are into getting into the raiding scene, just know that it's a whole thing. There will be a lot of different situations you'll get yourself into, and so just prepare yourself for the mental, emotional, and physical stress of it all. It doesn't have to be stressful, but just know that it probably will be, just if you're playing with random people. Even if you're playing with your friends, the fights themselves might be a little stressful. So yeah, but then it feels rewarding once you finally get it. You know, like for this one, I've had to go into this instance like 3 times. When am I gonna get the clear? When's it gonna be good? And then eventually we got it, and so that's nice. Okay. Anyway, I hope that was useful. Bye.